I love putting NPCs from Fallout into different situations just to see how they react. For instance, let's take an average settlement that's moderately well defended. It's got multiple gun emplacements up on the rooftops, there's a mid-sized population living there to defend it. There's also a collection of power armor, all fueled up and ready for colonists to jump into. All the armor's positioned so that, hopefully, the colonists will use it. All of the colonists have highly upgraded armor and weapons, most of which comes from the Modern Weapons mod. Most of the defenders are fully geared up for combat with the best stuff I could find, like this lady out on patrol. A few were late arrivals, and once supplies got low, they got whatever was left over. So with base defenses in order, all we need is a threat for them to defend against. I selected one of the houses on the far side of Sanctuary as a source of the attack. I really like super mutants, so I dropped a bunch of them to the living room, and to make things more interesting, I put a bigger second wave of them in the back. My favorite thing about these guys is their witty combat banter. I figured a house full of super mutants should be enough to give the colony a good fight. All of the mutants were waiting in position with their AI turned off, and the only thing left to do was turn them on. The mutants were aware of enemies from the moment they woke up, but it took them a moment to lock on to any targets. Once they did, they engaged immediately. Colonists out on patrol were the first to respond, exchanging long-distance fire, while others hopped into the nearest available power armor and ran off to join the fight. Most of the mutants stayed holed up in the house, but by then the entire colony was shooting back at them, and it was like sticking their face into a fire hose of bullets. That second wave of mutants never made it out of the house, and more colonists kept swarming into the area. Most of them were shooting from longer range, but Codsworth apparently likes to do his work up close and personal. I never thought him as much of a fighter, but I may have to revise that opinion. As soon as the last super mutant fell, all the defenders stopped in their tracks and returned to base. I thought a house full of super mutants would be more of a threat, but I was clearly mistaken. Maybe they need a little more of a challenge. Like a whole army.